Welcome back, everyone. Today we are jumping into part 18, and oh my god, I'm feeling the stress. All right, let's get to it. So, of course, we have Felicity. She's an elder. Now we're going to run through. Carmen is level 9. Melissa is level 7 in her career. She is about ready to do the branch off for herself. And then, of course, we have Rachel, who is stuck at level 7. And I mean, I don't even know what's gonna happen to her. I think she's gonna be demoted. And then, of course, we have Evangeline, who's doing amazing and is also a level 7. You can really tell the difference because there was actually a huge gap between Rachel and Evangeline age-wise. Like, don't forget we had Jules in between there, right? And Evangeline is doing exceptional, and Rachel is kind of just, stagnant at this point. She's kinda just stuck where she is. Now, I am feeling the stress, like, they are aging up way too quickly, and things are not happening fast enough, and I'm not entirely sure what's happening. So we are just gonna get Rachel to work really hard. Now, oh my goodness, I could really just use someone to age up really quickly. Not age up, but level up. You know what I mean? I could really just use something good for now, right? So anyway, we are going in and we are changing the layout of the upstairs. What does that mean? Well, we obviously can't touch any walls since they've been placed. But I'm going to place things into the family inventory, and then I am going back in and repurchasing them and rearranging so that we have enough space for the punching bag so that Rachel can mentor Evangeline, I guess, because Evangeline actually needs fitness. So hopefully this will give her enough space to do so. And that's about it. That's all I have to say at this point because this is the last hope and a prayer. And when we go in, we see that although I tried to store some energy, it didn't actually save any. So maybe my idea No! Rachel! Rachel! Oh, girl, come on. Okay, jumping back, it's okay. We're okay. You know what? She's gonna do retail employee, and it will unlock so I'm, crying. Okay. So, retail employee will help us with new objects on Sunday and replace broken items on Sunday. Now, it won't unlock replace broken items because that's also locked behind the handy person, which we know now that is also locked behind mechanical engineer. But it will allow us to buy new objects not on Sunday. So if something breaks, we can't really do anything with it, but we could definitely buy another one. But yeah, okay. Okay. It's okay. I'm all right. It's okay. I'm okay. Right. It's okay. I'm like, I feel like I'm delusional at this point. Rachel has been fired, so she was not demoted, she was fired. Mm. It's okay though because she only has 22 days left of her, adult life, we can't really do anything with her at this point, except do a part-time career, she doesn't have much time left essentially, and I mean, I guess we're just gonna we're just gonna keep rolling, I guess. Okay. That's okay though, because everyone else is still on track and we can still get this done. Now, everybody's kind of getting over brain blocks and, midlife crisis and everything else. Now, of course, it's Evie's turn and oh, Felicity, you don't have much time left, sweetie. Should I send her to fish again? Uh, I don't know. I don't know. So I did put the book in Carmen's inventory, and I'm hoping that she kind of just reads outside before she comes back in and becomes way too uncomfortable to do so. She needs another level of the gourmet cooking skill in order to get a promotion. She's not quite ready yet, but it would be nice if she was just about ready or she had everything she needed at least, right? I mean, this is going to be her last promotion. So I know that once she reaches her next level of gourmet skill, that we won't have to worry about giving her anything else, right? Or making sure that she's doing anything else after that. Now, Evie is feeling the effects of a burnout, but I think because she needs to jog for her work or she needs to work out, that this will help her out a little bit with that. Melissa is also going through a bit of a rough patch. I mean, she's still doing pretty well, but she's having a hard time. She's pretty uncomfortable lately, and the midlife crisis really threw us in for a loop for everybody. It kinda stalled everything. Carmen, obviously, her biggest thing was the work rivals. I mean, that really stopped her from doing anything for, like, a week, right? I mean, we have ghosts in the house, we have everybody in the it's like everybody is just running around. Now, I'm also concerned because oh, I don't know, guys, like, I feel like Carmen is soon gonna have a birthday, and then Melissa is soon after, Rachel is, like, a few days after that, like, there's a tiny fine tooth comb of days, okay, because she has 22, but I would say that, like, Melissa probably only has, like, 14 or something, there's, like, a few extra days there in between those kids, but Evangeline's an adult? You guys, I'm really feeling the pressure of, like, procreation at this point because they're not even in a state to, like, go find someone right now, and I can't even be worried about that when Carmen is so close to the end. Rachel now has to do a part-time career. I don't exactly know what's happening at this point. I don't know what to do, but we are gonna go in and get rid of all the extra items that we catch by fishing that we just leave out on the counter with the fish so that, whatever. But, oh my goodness, like, the circle of life? Oh, no. Is it because Rachel was such a disappointment like her father? Is it because Carmen didn't finish her job and you were still fishing so much? Was it the kids? Like, are you sure you can't live just a little bit longer? Oh. Oh, no. I mean, that's so sad. It is so sad, and yes, we are keeping on going because guess what? These Sims still have to go to work, right? So, unfortunately, we have to kind of, like, push through here. A bicycle? Um, okay, we are gonna put her in the front, and we are gonna change her urn. Something nice. Oh, this one, I like that. How beautiful. We'll just leave her right there at the front because she is the where'd the bike go? Honestly, Grim, like, did you just bring the bike and then leave it there? I have no words at this time. You guys were literally, like, 8 minutes into it, and we've already had someone fired and someone expire. I don't understand. Okay, I honestly was not expecting Rachel to get fired. I thought she was gonna go back to level 6 and kinda get stuck there. I was not expecting her to be fired. Is it not like the school system where, they get, like they get really bad and then they're just demoted? I don't even know what to do. Don't know what to do. Oh, no. It's okay though, okay? I'm gonna remind myself that the goal always was that 4 out of 6 of the kids would complete their careers, and we have already done 2 of them. Yes, they were part-time, but, if they were actually full-time careers, I would have probably hoped for, like, 3, maybe 3. Yeah. But because we are doing so many part-time careers here and there, I think that 4 is a better number because part-time careers are, like, super easy peasy. They really only require 2 promotions. So, I think that that's not unreasonable, you know? Oh my have mercy. Like, Rachel, the retail employee you literally have to do nothing for. I'm pretty sure the only thing you need for that is charisma, okay? And even at that, Even if you needed something else, I don't even care. Make yourself useful, young lady. This is so disappointing. I cannot begin to describe. Whew, okay, it's okay. It's okay. All right, so I guess now there's only Evangeline we have to worry about in terms of fitness, and she is thriving, obviously, because she is an actual active sim. Now, her daily task is to study opponents, and I do feel like that's done on the computer. And once again, we don't have computers, so really we can't really do anything for her except make her super awesome by like maxing her skills the best that we can, sending her to work in the best possible um mood that we can, making sure that she is like on top of her game. And Carmen at this point, like I just need her to complete her career. She is on like level 9 of her career, and I just need one more promotion without any hiccups, you know? Like, do we think we can pull that off today, or is that gonna be something that's impossible? I'm not entirely sure. Alright, so let's just I don't know, I mean, at least now it will speed through a bit, like, the nighttime and stuff, because Felicity's not there. Obviously, Felicity was, like, the champion of Sims. And, she didn't sleep, she didn't have to eat, she literally was so happy her entire life until she became an elder and started realizing that she lived in squalor, okay, and sometimes it'd be uncomfortable, but, like, she did all the hard work, right? I mean, let's get real. But now that she is gone when everybody is asleep, the time fast forwards much quicker, which is nice. It also gives me, like, 3 seconds of a break for some reason, I don't know, I feel like now we are getting Carmen ready just, like, for the day. Girl, I swear, just do your job. Do your job and do it well, okay? Get the promotions so that we can say bye-bye, okay? Because right now, you're just a reminder of our failures at this point. Now, Melissa okay, so let's talk about that for a second. Melissa has also been stuck, but not in the same way, and so I don't know if she's gonna complete her career, you know? Like, with Carmen and Evie, you can tell, like, they're gonna make it, you know? But with Melissa, it's like, I'm not sure, and I don't know why I'm not sure. I don't know, she's not doing bad, she just is not advancing as much as I want her to, I guess. Like, she's not, like, her little work speedometer, I know it's not a speedometer, guys, but that's what we're calling it today, okay? Um It's just, like, not moving as much as I want it to, and I know that we're not completing her daily tasks, and so, yes, that probably has to do with it, but, I mean, there was a time where even though you weren't completing your daily tasks, if you were working hard, you were still moving, okay? You weren't moving as fast as someone who was doing everything, but you were still, like, making headway. I feel like right now she's kinda stuck, but she's almost maxed, like, logic and charisma, and she's, like, pretty happy in terms of things, you know? She does have the genius trait, so she's often feeling focused, and, I mean, I know we just went through a midlife crisis. Obviously, everyone is going through it right now. Evangeline is gonna soon have her turn, and, I get that, but at the same time, like, they've been working hard through that. So, where is it showing? Okay. Where is it showing us that she's been doing that? And, like, I'm just double checking here. I know I talked about it, like, I don't know, a while ago anyway, that releasing the spirit to the netherworld is no longer an option, which is really interesting to me because I guess it's because the life and death pack added souls. So, I guess, like, her soul is what would need to be released, or I'm not entirely sure, but anyway, it doesn't matter. We can't touch it until we do the Reaper career and stuff like that. But I was just double checking to make sure it wasn't just like a glitch from the last time or whatever it is. But oh, here we go. Now it's their first time having to deal with something without Felicity. She's feeling cursed. Sweetie, you are. I feel like you are. She's slipping and sliding now. Too bad you weren't slipping and sliding your way to a promotion, girl. Freegan. What is a freegan? Is that just like what does that give them? I know I talked about possibly adding that and slob traits so that they weren't so uncomfortable in the house for a while, but what is a freegan? Like, is it just that they like living off the grid or they like living like on the cheap or like I'm not entirely sure what kind of trait that is. I don't know if anyone's actually ever played with that trait that can kind of like hint to me what that would be like before I add it to my sim. I suppose I'll see next time someone ages up. I can just like check to see what it is, right? But oh my, to get rid of the dust would be something so beautiful. I don't even know what these floors are supposed to look like, really. Can you imagine if I just went into my settings and turned off the dust? What an absolute game changer that would be. Obviously, I'm not gonna do it, okay? I'm obviously not gonna do it, but could you just, like, imagine for a half a second that we didn't have dust? Wouldn't that be so beautiful? Right, so Melissa is awake, and she's still very sad, but she's not doing too bad, so I do have her working towards her charisma. Remember I said she's, like, working towards maxing it out so that she doesn't have to worry about any of those skills. The thing is that to the contrary of the athlete career, it looks like the secret agent career is actually branching off a bit later. Like, she's a level 7, she has not yet branched off. So, where the athlete career had their branch off at, like, level what was it, like, 4? Okay. Um, secret agent is, like, branching off at level 8. And I do think there is I know I mentioned it last time, but there is a branch of the secret agent, and I can't remember, I should probably just check. There is one that actually has 11. Okay, so even though they reach level 10, there is another promotion after, and I can't remember if it's the villain or if it is the diamond agent. One of them has 11. I'm gonna check that actually as we speak. So, um, yeah, it is. It is indeed the career track that she is on. I did not take that into account, but fine. Okay. It's totally fine. We're not stressing. We've got time. We've got time. I believe in us. I believe in um, there is a fire in my last drop of faith. Where is the fire? Is it the light fixture? Is it Evangeline? Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know. Where did that start? Was it the light fixture? What just happened? Like, I'm not entirely sure. Evie got caught on fire. The box, like the punching bag is gone, caught on fire. The light is fine? Like, is the light fine? I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it's absolutely perfectly fine. Sometimes things happen, and I'm not entirely sure if the game knows I'm in apocalypse mode, and it's like, "Let me see how I can wreck her day." Um, but yeah. Now we did see that Rachel indeed got a promotion, okay, for her retail employee career. So she has one more promotion before we unlock only a few things, honestly, but it's just something so that she's not completely wasted, okay? But it will allow us to buy objects whenever we want and not just on Sunday. We can't replace any objects between that like, before then. I guess we could put them in our family inventory, but we can't sell them. We can't sell anything, okay? We can't even like, she has crushed our hopes and dreams of moving things that have a footprint larger than 1 by 1. So, let's run down what we would be able to move. The sinks, the chessboard, the chairs, the table and the chairs, and obviously everything that looks like it belongs in a kitchen could be moved. Upstairs is a different story. We would have to put everything in the family inventory and then buy new things. We would put garbage in the family inventory and then, oh my goodness, is is this gonna be a whole week? Is this going to be a whole week? How many fires? How many fires are we gonna have this week? Like, come on, guys, get it together, okay? We need to get it together because we have to do this, okay? We have to do this. We have to get through it. We are just gonna push through, Carmen. I need you to stay confident and stay alive, okay? Don't try to put out a fire, just steer clear of it. I still need you to go to work and do your best, alright? I still need that from you. I often sometimes wonder, I guess it can't really be true, but I just wonder if maybe because they're also dropouts, if that is a reason why they're so, like, slow moving in their careers, but they're also irresponsible, and there's so much going on for them, like, they're college dropouts, they have miserable traits, okay? Um, they're not having a great time, they're just there's a lot going on for them, and I don't know if that's why they're being or they're moving slow, not being slow, but, like, they're not doing their best at work, I guess. I'm trying to, like, form into words what my brain is trying to put together, but hopefully you guys know what I mean. Like, I don't know if it's just the sum of it all that is keeping them from doing their best or if they're just not having it, you know? "Hey, Jules, do you think maybe you could just leave that there?" So, Jules unlocked the fast food employee for us, and she, sadly is no longer with us, okay? She's out in the yard with the rest of them, but yeah, she unlocked the fast food employee, which essentially is something that I wanted to unlock to be, like to coincide with Carmen's chef career that she's, working towards because it will give us those family recipes, and, yeah, I'm hoping that is just, like, how I'm just I'm just hoping it all works out. Just one thing at this point would be really nice. Just one, because we have not been having a great go this past few weeks, like, midlife crisis alert, Evangeline. She'll be the last one for a while, though. Speaking of which, we we eventually need to look at, like, procreation, and I'm, like, not mentally prepared for that. Like, we are drowning right now. They're not even moving in their careers, and somehow I'm supposed to take time to have them, like, what, talk to somebody? I don't know. I don't know. It's not a priority, but it should be. Like, I know it's a priority because if we don't procreate or add someone to the house, like, game over. So, I know we need to keep going, I do. But at the same time, I how am I supposed to make that a priority when we've got everybody going through the motions here of everything that is awful, and they're not even happy. Like, we can't even use anything to help us get there. I don't know. I don't know, and I don't wanna use Carmen because I know that she's soon going to be an elder. I just need Carmen to deal with the culinary chef branch, okay? I just need her to do that. I'm thinking maybe Evangeline, she is just a fresh adult. So maybe she will be the one to procreate for us, and which gives me a little bit of extra time. Yes, it's going to make a major lag in the gameplay probably, but you know what, guys? You snooze, you lose. And although we weren't snoozing, it feels like we're losing, but we're not. We're not, okay? I'm just trying to time it better so that I don't burning to death. Absolutely not. You will no longer be jogging. Please come back home. Okay. Crisis averted. Um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I need more time. I feel like I need to be in a better headspace because right now it's not good. It's not good because I am thinking that I don't know where Melissa's at. I'm concerned that it's gonna take Carmen longer than necessary to get the final promotion of her career branch, and I don't know, I don't feel like now is the right time, but I know that we do need another generation. Whether or not we actually have someone move into the house, we need another generation, right? Because hello, it just needs to happen. We need to keep going, otherwise we're gonna be like, well, it's gonna stop us, isn't it? Otherwise, these are the last of the Mohegans right here. This is it. This is what the post-apocalyptic world has come down to, these 4 musketeers. They are going through a heat wave. The good news is, though, that we've been in summer for quite some time, so fall should be soon approaching, which means that we should have some rain, which will make it easier for them to just, like, shower in the rain instead of, like, using the sink 15,000 times just to feel a little bit of hygiene. And, to get rid of that, like, chance of feeling discomfort because the water's, like, brackish or whatever, it makes them tense, or I can't remember exactly what it is, it's, like, warm-ish or whatever, I don't know. They don't love that they're living off the grid, and, to be honest, I can't blame them. Like, I wanna be off the grid, but not, like, with no electricity. Ew, okay? I don't want no electricity, and you know what? I fully respect those who love that, okay? Because I would love to be someone who loves to live without electricity, but let's face the facts. I love summer to go in a pool. I don't love bugs, the sun, um, the ocean. I will not put my feet in the ocean, but I do require to live next to it. Don't ask me about the logic, but that is where it is, okay? I just, like, I hate bugs. I hate a lot of bugs. There's something about them that just get me, and also, like, mosquitoes are, like, drawn to me, so I feel like that's where it all started, not to mention I'm, like, allergic to bee stings, so there's a lot of things that don't go my way for summertime. But yeah, I do like that the weather is beautiful and I can go outside without a sweater and, like, oh my goodness, it's so gorgeous, but at the end of the day, like, I don't love summer that much, okay? In my house, the AC runs so high you could hang meat in here, okay? I just, like, summertime is my best knitting time because, yes, I do knit, and yes, I make blankets, and no, it's not fancy. It is the one stitch blanket, okay? So, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of summer. And I wouldn't be able to live off the grid without my air conditioner. How would I live without my Sims? Or my Kobo, my Kindle? Like, no, it sounds a whole lot like not for me. Alright, so Rachel is doing some work here and, good for you, girl. Good for you. You finally got a promotion. It wasn't in the career we intended for you, but you on to the next. You have 1 promotion left till you've actually completed a career. Now, that being said, the new generation, every single age up is going to be a trait that we chose. So, what does that mean? I'm hoping it means that we're going to do much better than we did before, right? Starting off with the classic toddlers, being independent, making infants definitely sunny, calm, okay? No intense babies from here on in. We don't have time for that. The children are going to have useful skills, useful traits, and Um, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe like 2 to 3 children instead of 17 might be a nicer number, okay? And I'm thinking maybe I'll make one a Freegan, I'll make one a slob. I will kinda throw around these traits to see which one works better for the environment that we're in, because if we can find one that keeps the uncomfortable moodlets at bay, I feel like we could be onto something, okay? Because obviously, for some reason, we are not able to store power, so that's not working for us in our favor. Eventually, we will get there though, because we will unlock the charity organizer probably before we will ever see the light of day of the off the grid. Like, before we ever get off the grid, we are definitely gonna, deal with the charity organizer. And then other careers, once we've unlocked charity organizer, will allow us to put one good lot trait. Okay, so it will remove the volcanic eruption, it will remove the tectonic terror and everything else that they feel from the earthquakes, and we can start putting good traits there. Now, we could put something like, "Oh my god, so energized," or we could put something like, I don't know, uh, a well lot, or one of those lots that collects a lot of water, and, a lot that collects a lot of electricity, so that they can actually use items that were like, we save the electricity for it, and then we can use items that are not necessarily just for off the grid. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think a lot. Every time I come on here and I'm talking to you guys, my thoughts change so much, based on what's happening in the week, you know? Um, and so it's hard to I'm sure it's hard to keep track with me and where my thoughts are at, because everything changes for me so frequently while I'm playing this, because I never know what's gonna happen. I truly feel like the game is playing tricks on me, like, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm playing the forever save file, obviously, in tune with this one, and we have not seen half of the things that we are seeing here in this household, and we've got, I don't know, I mean, there's gotta be about a dozen households now. So, it's hard to stick with one thought process when you literally never know what's gonna happen. Like, Rachel didn't just get promoted, she got fired, okay? She got fired, and that's the way it goes, and the reality is, you don't know. Like, we just don't know what's going to happen. Like, there could be another layoff, and another one could get laid off. Like, I have no idea. A meteorite could fall from the sky, and one of them could just drop, you know? Obviously, we don't have telescopes, so that probably won't happen, but you never know, okay? The point is that my thoughts are based on the right now with them, and it's hard to think even further ahead. The problem with that is, of course, now we're running into the dilemma that we're running out of time for their biological clocks, which we kind of need to keep going, okay? Now, as we've seen, we sent Melissa to do some fishing. She didn't collect very much, did she? I'll tell ya, her 2 fish are not enough, and Carmen still has not gotten her promotion, but she is moving along, so she's not, stuck in the water, okay? She's not, she's not just stuck. She is moving slightly, alright? But it's taking us just a bit longer to get there. Now it is nighttime, so we are going to let Evie run outside, obviously, because our punching bag is kaput, and, she needs to work on that. We need to try and find a way to keep her happy, to keep her, doing things that are gonna keep her going, I guess, at this point. She is going through a midlife crisis right now, and I do believe, I'm starting to really think that they do last a week. I'm getting the sense that everything is, week long, I feel like the layoff lasted about, I don't know, 4 to 5 days maybe before we got notification that Pan was laid off, but the work rivalries last a week, and the midlife crises, this is, okay, last about a week, and is it crises maybe? No, that can't be right. That doesn't sound right. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Anyway, um, yeah, so they also last a week. So, I mean, It's hard when you're going through it to keep them going. But anyway, that is why my head is kind of, like, everywhere when I'm trying to play this and I'm thinking about, "Okay, how can I make this easier for the next time? Because this is obviously not working," right? I already know that the traits are gonna be much easier to deal with, so hopefully we'll be building Sims that are well suited for their environment is what the goal is going to be, so that they can thrive as best as they can in the environment that they're in. Now, the next children, I know I said 2 or 3. uh, I think 2 to 3 would be sufficient for the next generation. Like, you guys, this generation was absolutely wild, okay? I think 2 to 3 will allow me to experiment with the traits to see which ones work, and will also allow me to experiment with one of the children. Oh my goodness gracious! Another fire. Carmen, no, 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 no. Somebody put that fire out. Okay, good. Phew. Oh my. Is anybody else sweating? Customer. Ooh, Rachel, girl, yes. Yes. Thank you so much. Please exit the building. Feels like Big Brother. You've been kicked out. Or like Survivor, you've been voted off the island, please leave. But yeah, no, I think that once we're able to figure out what we're doing with traits and the kids and stuff, I do wanna see if I can try to weasel my way through, like, getting one of the children to be, like, grade A. I know someone mentioned it in the comments, and, like, I was kind of thinking of that already, like, I just don't know how we're gonna pull that off. I think that yeah, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I think that even if we had a grade A student for a child, they're going to age to a teenager and they'll have a B, I think is how it goes. They, like, go down a level, um, when they age up. So then they would have, like, what, B, C, D, and F? Do they have an E? I haven't been checking. I wasn't really paying attention when when that whole thing went down. I really wasn't paying attention to their schooling because, to be honest, I wasn't expecting any of it. But now we know, don't we? Now we know what happens. But yeah, so I don't really know how long it takes them to go down, but they're teenagers for, like, 3 weeks. So, I don't know. I have no idea. What I can tell you is that we could really I mean, depending on how picky everyone is about, like, being precise and being in the rules, like, I do have the RPO mod. Teenagers could get pregnant here, okay? I could, with the next generation, have teenage pregnancies, but I also don't want people to get upset with me for using that, I wouldn't do that. I feel like, for the viewer's experience, I mean, I'm sharing this with you all so that you guys can enjoy it. So I don't want you to come back and be really upset that I'm using teen pregnancies. Um, but yeah, I could do that. I could also use the teen pregnancies. Uh, they could mess around while they're teenagers. It will extend their teenage days, okay? So it's like bittersweet. We can speed up the process of the generations by having teen pregnancies, which means it might actually work out better for us because then they're, like, their mothers while they're in their teens before they even get to work, so we don't have to worry about them being gone from the house to feed the children, um, and also there will be a shorter time span between generations, so, yeah, I don't know, let me know what you guys think. I feel like it is cheating the system. It is cheating the system, but RPO also has things like miscarriages and death at birth and stuff like that for the parents or for the mother, sorry. So, like, a lot of other things can go wrong with that, right? It's not just like the easy peasy lemon squeezy, everything is fine, but we could do that. We could have a teen pregnancy, but it will extend their days. So it will not even if we did do that, we would not be able to use the sim that we are trying like, that we're testing out with the, grade A student, okay? Because we don't want her to have worked super hard for something and then, she finds herself pregnant and then she's, like, extending the days of her teenagedom, okay? So we would definitely have to have more than 1 sim, or 1 child sim, I should say. It's a lot. There's a lot going through my brain, okay? There's a lot. I'm trying to find a lot of ways, and a lot of you are, like, really helpful with your, like, tips and tricks, and I really appreciate that, but it's also, like, hit or miss. Like, yes, I could do some of the things that you guys are saying, and some of them are great ideas, and then something happens in game, and then it throws me for a loop, and I'm like, "Well, I guess I'm not trying that today, am I?" So, we shall see as we go along, but for now, we are pretty much at the end of this week. Rachel is obviously outside, so we're not speeding through this little process here, but yeah, I think we did okay this week. Rachel did, finish something. Um, so now we can like buy new objects whenever we really want during the week. And yeah, I think that's kind of fun. All right. Well, that's it for this week. Until next time. See ya.